Alright, welcome to tarpbuddy.com. Here we are viewing a lean-to style shelter that we constructed real easily and quickly, just to give folks a better idea on how to use the Tarp Buddy devices. This here particular shelter was constructed out of a 10 by 12 lightweight tarp. His tarp costs probably about $8, give or take, depending on where you live and where you buy it. But we did not use any tent poles or shock-corded poles or anything of the sort to construct this one. This is for people that want to pack light. What we did is we wrapped a little bit of the excess tarp around the poles here, and we got the trekking poles. If you did not view our introductory video, I suggest you to please go there and view that as soon as you can. It'll answer a lot of questions that you may have in regards to the Tarp Buddy devices and how you can construct shelters and so forth with them. This one is using 2 hiking poles or trekking poles, and we installed a Tarp Buddy device up in the corners of the tarp with the cord anchoring down. And as we showed in the introductory video on how you can insert the point into the countersunk hole on the Tarp Buddy, you stand your pole vertically and you can adjust them. Pretty much all your trekking poles nowadays are adjustable, so you can adjust for the height of how high you want your opening. And we adjusted them so that way we would have a little bit of excess of the tarp down here to actually rest the handle on top of the tarp to kind of pin that down to the ground when you stake it down with the rope we showed a second ago. And it kind of pinches it down on the ground there to hold it in place. And if you look, you can tell, you can probably hear it in the video, it's a bit windy out here, so you can see the wind blowing in and on the tarp, so it is blocking out a lot of air here with the sides that we created by doing this style of shelter instead of just having the sides all open. And with this style here, then you could go ahead and have your fire right out front here to help radiate heat back into the shelter. The middle of the shelter, you can go ahead and use a couple of more Tarp Buddy devices to secure, like in the corners back up in there midway or somewhere, and pull a little tighter, or even install one in the middle if you have a tree branch hanging over. We showed that in the introductory video on how you could install a Tarp Buddy device on the top center of the shelter to kind of hang it up, or you can install it like we did up in the front corners here for the trekking poles, and put another pole in the center if you wanted to, and have a individual sleeping on each side of it if you got 2 people with you. And we'll go around the back here, and as you can see, we had some excess tarp material that we just folded in underneath that can act as a little bit of a floor in there. It tapers down, and what we did back here, you can see we got a Tarp Buddy device installed in each corner in the back, and we just went at whatever width that we felt comfortably going with, and then we staked those with tent stakes through the side hole of the Tarp Buddy device, staked it right to the ground, as we showed how that could be done in the introductory video as well. But this here brings you in the outdoors here to show you just exactly how it works. And now, like on the sides here, we could install a Tarp Buddy device as well if we wanted to, anywhere along the side, and stake it down to hold it more. But with this here style, we have that excess tarp material inside, folded inside, so when we have our gear, or like backpacking equipment or bedding, whatever, we can have that laying on there, which will help hold it in place too, so you don't have to secure it with a Tarp Buddy device or cord or anything like that. So that's one style of lean-to shelter. You can do this same style shelter, do the same concept, you know, with the trekking poles, and use even a smaller tarp if you wanted to get by with lighter weight. If you don't care, you know, depending on your weather conditions, if you don't mind the sides being open, you could even go with a smaller tarp if you wanted to cut on weight, and just leave your sides open, constructing the same style shelter like this. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and once again, please make sure you check out our introductory video if you haven't already. It'll show you a lot of great points and way the Tarp Buddy device can be used. Thank you, and that concludes our video for this time.